What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at our upgraded Locatelli. He is now an 84. Him and Talisca have both been upgraded from this week's Team of the Week, and it is an 84. Locatelli was the one that I did manage to get in my pre-order pack, which again wasn't the greatest in the world, but we have got an 84, so I can't grumble too much now. Obviously a 3-star, 4-star, CDM, 6-1 with the high defensive work rate and the medium attacking. He is right-footed with no traits, unfortunately, and the biggest thing you're going to need is that pace increase, and it's the one thing that really kind of just takes him down a peg. 65-63 on the acceleration, and sprint speed is most definitely not enough in this game. So we've gone and whacked the shadow on. We do need to put him as a centre mid, so obviously he gets the full 10, as then he'll get 74 pace, which I suppose is just a 10 improvement, and he'll also get 89 defense increase. He will then turn into an 87 DM. We've got some questionable stats, some that look pretty good. Obviously stamina is one that is in the topper ranks. Composure on the crisp end. I think he definitely needs at least 2 to 3 informs more to be probably only kind of slightly above average, in my opinion. Obviously passing's looking pretty good with that short and long both being 88, 86. Vision also quite nice, and then we have got decent reactions. I'm interested to see what the agility balance is like, because he's going to be just mainly stand tackling rather than kind of running around and chasing. He is going to be one that's going to kind of block the passes rather than necessarily, like I say, running and catching players. So let's jump into him. He's coming in on his inform, if you haven't got his one to watch, at 44,000. So to be honest, not a bad card at all. Let's see what he's all about, see what we can do with him. Locatelli picking it up. I'm interested to see. We're going to spread the play. That's a lovely ball if he can get to it. Gets the touch, and again, unfortunately, it has gone out. Locatelli cleaning up nicely there. Like I say, the pace is always going to be that big issue with him, so you want to really just kind of get rid of the ball from him. I feel like passing is going to be relatively good. That's a nice through ball, probably trying a bit too hard with it, but I think his passing is going to be the kind of main aspect of him, and then obviously the kind of ball confidence, but I think really the pace is going to be the really big thing that lets this card down. Locatelli is going to see it this side. Good ball, that is solid. Oh my god, what a goal from Immobile. He's in the right position as well. Locatelli, can't argue with him, definitely putting in that work. Locatelli, good interception, doesn't manage to win it, but we get a good block from the centre back, and Lloris catches it with precision. I think the good thing about Locatelli as well, get that big ball across. That is lovely. That's much better. That's a great ball, actually. The one thing really good with Locatelli is obviously with, again, another Serie A going up in rating. We've already had the likes of Barella. We've obviously had Pedro as his flashback. We have getting, again, a nice little kind of build-up, as well as apparently confirming that Koulibaly is getting a Player of the Month for the first of the Serie A, which is always nice. Locatelli still holding on to this. Managed to find the pass. Pele's going to go with a finesse, and it's dipped over like an absolute peach. But as I was saying, you've got obviously all of them specials now starting to come into play with the Serie A in a league that did lose a hell of a lot of good players and obviously downgrades, which did make the league look a little bit almost bare. There's just nobody that's of interest. Obviously Ronaldo was kind of holding it up in terms of the really high price, which, to be honest, it was only Ronaldo, Messi, then obviously Mbappe, Neymar anyway. But in terms of taking it away from a league and not having loads to kind of give out as well, that is really tough on the league until, like we said, they get loads of specials, which they already have, kind of already starting to get a nice little collection of now. Locatelli is going to find a bit of Traore again. His through balls are very nice. If you can get somebody on it, we've got Alphonso Davies chasing with him, so a little bit more tricky with that sort of left back, but most definitely Locatelli's doing his bits, managing to get the balls, managing to make the play, the defensive tackles, and some lovely through balls that can just lead to so many chances. Impressed so far. Pace doesn't seem to be making a massive impact, but again, like I say, you're not, well, I'm personally not playing against a full out meta icon team, Mbappe, Ronaldo. That's where it really would get a little bit tough for him in terms of his pace and agility. Locatelli is going to knock it into Pele there. Watch him round, he's just basic, into a mobile, and that is poor. Locatelli switching, then a nice pass out to Insigne, who's going to try and just run against Mukiele, who's going to take the ball back. Locatelli leading the charge. He's going to find a ball into Traore, who's just going to hit the edge. Find a mobile, get the little touch, just off the post. Locatelli doing his defensive work as we know and love. And again, getting that interception. Doesn't do too much, but he takes the ball and gives us enough opportunity to get another man over to tackle. So going into the overall for Locatelli then. Obviously, we did use the 84 from this version. And I think, what is it, the 6th? It is the 6th. So apparently, 11k for the 84, or people are buying the Inform for 42. I don't think that's quite right. Oh, okay, it's because we've not had many listed. I was going to say there is no way that that is 42k compared to literally 11k on the one to watch. The card in general, we'll go to the one to watch because obviously that's the one we did use. It's not bad. Like I say, the pace is going to be the big thing. I think that's going to be the massive thing that lets this card down in the final hurdle. If you're playing kind of like what, Div 7, Div 6, maybe even some Div 5 teams, as we go kind of days and days, more pros, more higher rated players are starting to get into them Division 2, 3 and 1s. So we are going to find that the kind of ranks are going to get a little bit easier for you. If you're not necessarily the greatest player in the world and you're finding that you're struggling in even Div 9, Div 8, we've been there. I was struggling in Div 5 for a while, and then obviously my kind of ranked players were starting to then catch up because of early access, all of that, maybe just not even bothering with rivals to start with. You then start to get an influx of players that are around your level. But I think that's where Locatelli is going to really do it. I think that's where he's going to actually play quite well, is in the lower ranks. I think once you kind of get into the point where you're playing against an Mbappe, a Neymar, a Ronaldo, he's just going to get swamped. I think you definitely need somebody with A, more agility balance, and B, more pace, at least acceleration. I can kind of deal with sprint speed being a little bit less, but that acceleration is absolutely vital to kind of jumpstart your attack or defense, for instance, for a CDM. Other than that, defending, brilliant, really liked it, made some great challenges, some good interceptions, and overall his passing was actually quite good. I think that was one of his better attributes. With 88 short, 86 long, I'd expect him to be able to do a pass, so that actually was quite a nice aspect of him. And obviously the stamina side of him, absolutely fine. There was no issues with a lack of stamina throughout any of the match, could keep running. It was just the basic things. Just necessarily not the quickest on the pitch and can't turn as quick. Literally the only two things wrong with him. And I think if we were to get maybe, I say a double upgrade, so to an 86 and then to an 87, I think that would be fine. Or 3 upgrades, 85, 6 and 7, and I think then we may be able to see this card in a little bit of a better light, maybe something that actually can go into people's Serie A squads, but who knows by then. That could take absolutely weeks to get back-to-back in forms, and who knows, he might not even get it for the rest of the game. So it is just kind of a potluck with it. Luckily, well, I say luckily and unluckily, we've got him untradeable, so unfortunately, we will be here if he does get another upgrade or another one after that, and we will cover him as he goes forward. So overall, for right now, I'd probably be looking at about a 6.5, maybe pushing to 7 out of 10. I'd probably still stick with the 6.5 out of 10, just kind of judging the players around him and who you've got in comparison to obviously this card personally. So hopefully you did enjoy the review. Let me know down below if you've got Locatelli, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.